What is going on, comic book community? Welcome back to an episode of Josh's Comics. Over the weekend, I went to the local Philadelphia Comic Con. It's hosted every other month on the first Sunday of that month. I went in with a $50 budget. Well, let's see what I was able to find for under $50 coming up on this next episode of Josh's Comics. So as you saw, just a little 30-second clip of pretty much the layout. I've showed it off before in other hauls. Just want to give you a little taste. Not every single vendor returned. Last time there was a vendor there that had $3 books. I picked up some good keys for under $3. He wasn't there this time, so that was a bit disappointing, but I think I did okay. This haul probably isn't as impressive or as big as the month and a half ago comic haul from Philadelphia Comic Con. That was probably my best $2 haul and under. Now, I went in, like I said, I went into this con and I had an idea. I had $50. Let's see what I could get for $50. And you saw the two books earlier, and we'll talk about those in a little bit, but I think I made out pretty good. But before we get into that, I just want to say a few things. One, new logo is here for the channel. I hope you guys like it. I do. Two, hit that like button and please subscribe. It helps out the channel. The algorithm, it helps things keep going. And I'm really excited. I think we just cracked, we're almost like 460 subscribers, getting close to 500. Deciding I'm going to do a giveaway at 500 subscribers. I'll be announcing that pretty soon. I'm also doing a 2,000 follower giveaway on Instagram, so go follow me on Instagram to find out details about that. Two winners will be selected to win one Marvel key and one DC key. All books value at least $10 or more, so, and they're free. Free shipping in the U.S. If it's outside the U.S., if you're a winner, we'll have to talk, but so, yeah. But moving on, like I said, I went in with a $50 budget. And I think I did pretty good. We'll jump into the books. So let's jump into them now. There are a few books in here, are just I got for the covers. But most of them are keys or related into some way of having some kind of significant value into them. Let's start off with, we'll start from order. I'm going to start off with two books that are pretty much just dollar bin books. But I'm also going to do it where you're going to see each individual person I bought from. I bought a few copies from. One seller, I only got one book for them. But this is Catwoman, issue number 2. This is not a key or anything. No significance behind it. It is like a dollar bin book. I got it. Move that a little bit closer. I got that mainly because of the cover. I love my DC ladies. Catwoman is looking pretty hot in that cover. So I said, why not add that to the DC Ladies collection. Moving on, I'm working on a Batman project. Rogue Villains project is still going. This one, though, it has to do with Bat gadgets, Batmobiles, the Batcave, the Bat Signal, that kind of stuff. And this is an interesting one because some of that stuff can be pretty pricey and key significance if it's set like in Golden Age or Silver Age. This is just a fun issue that is not anything worth value, but to me it is. And this is a cool run too. This is from Batman 66, issue number 10. Mr. Freeze breaks the ice, and Batgirl clashes with Chloropetra. I probably didn't mispronounce that. But, so, if you look at the cover, Batman and Robin has the Bat Snowmobile, I guess you would call it. Again, this is based off of the Batman 66 run. I actually did an omniverse. You can see it actually right behind me where my thumb is. Batman 66 Omniverse. So They did a follow up or a continuation of the Batman 66 show with Adam West. If you guys can find that, it's out of print. I don't think it's gonna come back into print anytime soon, unfortunately. But if you can, I highly recommend it. Or pick up a couple of the solo issues. At the end of every issue, it's like same bat time, same bat channel, or if it's like a cliffhanger, like will Batman and Robin be able to escape? Tune in for the next issue next week and stuff like that. And I love all areas of Batman, so but had to pick this up for the collection. There's a cool cover. Now we're moving on. Every book throughout here is pretty much a key. And you saw this in earlier in the beginning of the intro. Batman issue number 442. This is the first appearance of Tim Drake in the original Robin costume. Interesting thing. I got this for $2, and this book is new mint. So I couldn't pass that up when I saw that for $2. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah, I have to pick this up. I usually find this sometimes for $5 and under, near mint copies. Oh, I'm sorry about that. And it's actually, I gotta fix this stand. It's embarrassing when you have to do this on the live, but we gotta do what we gotta do. So I've actually found high grade near mint copies for under $5. This is like a $10, $15 book. And rumor is Teen Titans is coming. We might get Tim Drake. I would imagine Tim's gonna be in the DCU at some point. But great cover, great issue, and something that you can find high grade for very cheap. You don't have to pay full price. Moving on, that same vendor had another issue, and I got the Batman 66 from the same guy too, with the Tim Drake Robin. But he also had this book in here, which again is like another $10, $15 book, and it's a classic issue. And it's Batman, the official comic adaptation of the Warner Brothers motion picture. And this is the one-shot adaptation of the movie with Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson. It's a soft cover version. There's actually a regular comic version, which I own. I have a few copies of that. I have a few copies of this already. This is a soft cover. And $2, I could not pass this down. This thing is minty as well. This guy, the seller always has so much backstock and he's buying so many collections. Apparently he just buys collections, brings them into the shows, sells them, and then whatever goes and comes back with him, he'll price out accordingly and all that. But until then, $2, he's trying to get rid of stock. I appreciate this guy. So great cover. Great issue. And like I said, even for a soft cover, this thing is in really great shape. Couldn't believe I picked that up for $2. Moving on, I picked up some Star Wars. You saw that in the beginning. And we'll get to that Star Wars book in a minute. But this is another cool book. The Mandalorian, issue number 2. Great cover. And it's the first appearance of this little guy right here. It's his first full appearance in comics. Gorgie, I believe I'm saying it right. Him and Mando are having a movie coming out. You obviously know that some of his stuff is probably going to jump up. This is actually for $4, but it was at a 50% off bin, so it ended up becoming $2. Hey, why not? I already own a copy. Doesn't hurt to have a second copy, though. And that lighting is not doing that justice. But great cover. Love The Mandalorian. I can't wait for the movie. And for $2, near mint, I am not going to pass this book up at all. That's going to come in. Another book from this same collector. He had, I want to say about probably 6 to 10 short boxes back to back, lined up of 50% off stuff. So whatever it was marked at, he had some stuff in there that was like Silver Age, $45 price stickers, but it's 50% off. Well, everything was 50% off, and then he had 50-cent bins. You don't usually find too much in their 50-cent bins, but I found this sticking out, and I saw a couple people pass this, and I was surprised. Booster Gold issue number 5, and this is actually cover art inspired by The Killing Joke, obviously. And it's also the first cameo of Black Beetle, who is pretending to be Blue Beetle. But this is like another pricey key, another $10-15 book, based on the fact that it's a iconic Joker art, and it's also inspired by The Killing Joke. 50 cents. It does have 2 ticks. One's, I believe, pressable. I can press it out. The other one is color breaking, but still, even for a high grade in the 9 range, 50 cents all day long. I just recently picked up a copy of this. I think I might have picked it up at the last Philadelphia Comic Show, maybe. But always looking to upgrade PC copies, so I picked this up. We'll see what happens. And great. I mean, it's also going to go part of my Joker cover collection that I'm doing. I mean, that thing's just a thing of beauty. And like I said, 50 cents, you can't pass it up. So moving on to the other Star Wars books, I couldn't believe I found this. And there's a gentleman who's always there, who always has Star Wars books. He has the movie adaptations and comics based off of the movies. And I was surprised that he had these. He had issues like 2, 3, 4 of Rogue One, Solo, Force Awakens. Well, maybe not Force Awakens, but he had some of the issues, but not like the big pricey ones. So I was looking, and I was gonna skip the last bin, but I said I'll check them all just to be sure, and I'm glad I did. I was surprised to find these, and I've been wanting to find them for a while. So we have Solo, A Star Wars Story, issue number 1. Not just 1. Not just 2. But 3 copies. That's right, all for $1 a piece. All day long, I'm taking those. Now, I will say, yeah, it's this one right here. It does have 2 little ticks on here. That's fine with me. So these are the 2018 underrated Star Wars film comics that are based off the movie. Multiple first appearances of all these characters you see on the cover that shown up in the movie. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, Solo, in my opinion, is very underrated. I originally thought when the movie was announced, I was like, look, if Harrison Ford's not going to be Solo, and I didn't like the idea. I didn't think you could do it. And I gotta say, I was surprised. I really like it. I think it's one of the better Star Wars movies from Disney. And I would like to see a sequel. I don't think it's going to happen. But I'm telling you, man, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's very underrated, and majority of people seem to like it. I did. I loved it, actually. I really did. I thought highly of it, and would like to see a sequel, and would like to see some of these characters continue. I mean, obviously, Lando, I believe it was confirmed that Lando's coming back, or Danny Glover, I believe it is, who does him, is coming back to do a Lando series. He's going to be younger, but I would love to see this cast return and do a Solos too. They set up the ending, Darth Maul and everything. I mean, they set up some good stuff. So, but surprised to find 3 copies for $1. Not bad, right? So moving on, and that was all from one vendor, like I said. And these last 4 books are all from another vendor. Usually he has $5 bins, and then he has $10 bins. Well, what he did was he moved his $5 bins down to like dollar bins, and then his $10 stuff became all $5. I didn't hit him first, I hit him last. So what happened was he had buy 10 books, get 5 free. I already spent some cash, so I was at my, had $50 on me. I didn't have the money to buy 10 books, so I bought 4 off of him. I could not believe the ones I couldn't. Some of the books he had in there, if I had more, I would have bought more up, especially duplicates, because he had some pricey stuff in there, all new mint for $5. So maybe next time we go, we'll have the same deal, but we'll see. Let's start off some Gotham City Sirens, man. Gotham City Sirens, issue number 2. Bear with me when I pronounce his name. Gamalo March. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. He is a great cover artist. I know, I need to learn how to pronounce his name, but man, he did most of the Gotham City, if not all of the Gotham City Sirens run. Great cover art here featuring Catwoman. Issue number 2, right? Now, some of these, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm trying to see what's wrong with my stand here. Most of these books are a bit pricey. They're like $10, $15 because of the print run and because of the keys. And it's also to note that this is by Paul Dini as well. Issue number 3, featuring, looks like Ivy for sure, and possibly the leg of Harley Quinn. But again, another, $10 cover at least, sometimes more depending on where you find them. $5, couldn't pass that up. These are all new mint, and this is a cool little key that I had no idea about. It's about a character that was introduced in 1966 in the Batman run, and this is his second appearance. Blows my mind, and it's an interesting little key. Gotham City Sirens, number 4, which, by the way, has a great cover of all 3 of the Sirens on there. So, in 1966, in issue 186 of Batman, Gaggy the Clown, who was Joker's little henchman, or his Robin at the time, made his first appearance. After issue 186, Gaggy disappeared. Well, his second appearance, he finally returns in Gotham City Sirens, issue number 4. He's disguised as Joker in here. In issue number 5 is when you get his full reintroduction, or his, he's not the Joker anymore. Obviously, he's Gaggy, but that's an interesting little key. And again, these Siren books are a bit pricey. But man, great cover art, and an interesting little key. And it's to think about a character that had his first appearance in 1966. And then I believe the Sirens run was in 2007, 2008, maybe 2009, excuse me. So to think about him making a second appearance back far, coming along and then making it, it's kind of interesting. And nice little character, but great cover art. He had a few other issues. He had duplicates of these that I wish I said I would pick them up, man, because I have some friends of mine who would like them, and I would just give them out for free. But man, I wish I would have hit him up first, because then I would have probably did that. But great cover art and great little key significance. And the last book that I have of the haul, it's another Catwoman book, but it's a bit of a pricey key due to the cover and who it features on Catwoman. And it's interesting key that I feel like is kind of another, well, we'll talk about the keys in a minute. Issue number 89 of Catwoman, featuring Harley Quinn. Now, this is interesting, okay? Because in this episode, Harley pitches an idea for a TV show that features her, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman. So, yes, Gotham City Sirens, right? So, you would think that this would... And now, to be fair, it's an idea that she has throughout the comic in her mind, and she's talking about it, but it never actually happens. So, in a way, it's not, but in my mind, I kind of feel like it's almost the first unofficial appearance of Gotham City Sirens. However, that honor goes to Detective Comics 850, if I'm not mistaken, That is the first unofficial Gotham City Sirens written by Paul Dini, and then Paul jumps in, and then issue 1 is the first official appearance. But I kind of feel like this is a bit of a, unofficial first appearance in a way. Now, I'm not sure in the story, I'd have to read it. I'm not sure if, even if Harley's talking about the idea of the show, if they all appear in a panel. If they do, then I would consider it more. But if they don't appear and it's just her running her idea in her mind, I can see her get away with it. But I thought it was a great key. And surprisingly, the Catwoman run in here, I know issue 1's like $5 or something, not that big, but there's some stuff towards the end where they get a bit pricey, and because they're Harley Quinn covers, and Harley is one of those characters. I mean, you look at the cover now, I mean, she looks fine too. But you know what I mean, so it's interesting. But yeah, guys, so that is it. That's my haul for the Philadelphia Comic-Con of March. I thought I did pretty good, to be honest with you. Oh, and then, so talking about price, I've realized in some of my videos I always say, oh well, we'll talk about price at the end, and I don't get to it. So like I said, I went in with a $50 budget. I spent, what did I spend total? Cause I came out, I spent, oh my god, this is embarrassing, I'm live. I spent $37 total. Oh wait, that's not right. I spent $47 total, my bad. I went in with $50, I left with $13 in my pocket still. There you go. I'm not the best at math. I just embarrassed myself in front of all my viewers and other fans that will hopefully join in on this show and support me. But yeah, anyway, went in with $50, walked out with $13 still in my pocket. I think value-wise, and I'm just gonna throw this out here. A lot of these books are staying in the PC. The Catwoman, the Gotham City Sirens, the Tim Drakes. Like I said, in some of these other books, if I don't have multiple copies of, if I feel like it could be a better copy or an upgrade for my PC, and if I can find it for a steal like that Tim Drake, I'm gonna grab it, go home, and hey, if it's an upgrade, great. That's a higher grade, and you know what? I do giveaways, and I'm gonna eventually start looking into selling comics. I think this year sometime, summertime, I'm going to do my first claim sale. We'll talk more about that. I don't want to make this video too long, but yeah. So, I think for the value, I think for what I paid for everything, and knowing these books are definitely in the $10-15 range, and it's hard to find some of these issues. The Gotham City Sirens run, you can't find much at local stores. Cons, you kind of can, but you have to be very specific, and it's even harder to find the lower issues. So anyway, guys, I'm happy with what I found. Do me a favor, hit that like button, please subscribe. It would help the channel out a lot. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought about the haul. I thought we did pretty good, like I said again, and I'm happy. I think the next show is April 7th. Don't quote me on the 7th. I know it's the first Sunday in April. The 7th sounds about right. I will probably be going back to the show every time it happens now, because I just keep finding great deals. And this show, while there are bigger books, I wasn't looking at bigger books. I'm saving my money up. I have, in a couple weeks from right now, we're going to the One Stop Comic Con in New Jersey, in Cherry Hill. Can't wait for that. And then we have King Kong in April. So I'm going to this show strictly for the dollar bins, $2 bins, and $5 bins. I found great stuff. So, guys, until next time, stay safe, take care of each other, and as always, we will see you in the next episode of Josh's Comics.